playing games. I don't wanna be the same like I used to be. No, no, no. I'ma change my life. I'ma do things right. Starting today, I'ma live a different way. When it's hard, it gets hard sometimes. Faithful like it is. Feels so right. I'ma do my best. I'ma do my best to keep the commandment. To keep the commandment.
These are the Moed of Yah, set apart gatherings which you are to proclaim at their appointed times. Next up we have the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And we can find this outline in Exodus chapter 12, verse 15 through 20. And it reads, 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. Indeed, on the first day you cause leaven to cease from your houses. For whoever eats leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that being shall be cut off from Israel. And on the first day is a set-apart gathering, and on the 7th day you have a set-apart gathering. No work at all is done on them. Only that which is eaten by every being, that alone is prepared by you. And you shall observe the festival of unleavened bread. For on this same day I brought your divisions out of the land of Egypt. And you shall observe this day throughout your generations, an everlasting law. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, in the evening, you shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month in the evening. For 7 days no leaven is to be found in your houses. For if anyone eats what is leavened, that same being shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether sojourner or native of the land. Do not eat that which is leavened. In all your dwellings you are to eat unleavened bread. Now the Feast of Unleavened Bread is one of the 3 annual pilgrimage feasts of Yah, and the other 2 being the Feast of Weeks / Pentecost, as it's more famously known, and the Feast of Tabernacles. Now these days, on these designated feast days, all able-bodied Israelite men were required to appear in the temple at Jerusalem. Now the 15th of the first month, the 15th day of the first month on Yah's calendar begins the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is a 7-day feast. Well, we use the word feast, but it really is just, set apart day. That's kind of what folks have become accustomed to calling it due to translations, but it's really not a feast. That word feast was really just called an appointed time, as I discussed earlier. Now, the first day of this memorial celebration is called a high Sabbath. Basically, that indicates that this is a special day or a special Sabbath from the regular weekly Sabbath. So this special Sabbath is the one that led to the confusion and erroneous assumption regarding the day of Yeshua's crucifixion. And if you haven't already, brothers and sisters, be sure to look at my video on, the whole Good Friday to Easter Sunday, 3 days and 3 nights thing. Because this is where it was their lack of understanding of Yah's set-apart days, which caused them to assume when they said a high Sabbath that this was the regular weekly Sabbath, which occurs from Friday sunset to Saturday sunset. Okay, now the first day of unleavened bread actually commenced at the exact same time in which the Passover lamb to be eaten. And so it kind of became customary to lump, if you will, no pun intended, those 2 days together, referring to both of them with one name or the other. And as I have already mentioned, Yah commanded that the Feast of Unleavened Bread be observed by his people forever. Okay, folks, it was not abolished at the stake, at the cross of Yeshua. And our proof that these days were still in observance can be obtained by just taking a look at a few books and a few chapters in Acts and also in 1 Corinthians. So let's take a look at the first one in Acts, and that is found in Acts chapter 12, verse 3. And it reads, "And seeing that it was pleasing to the Jews, he proceeded further to arrest Peter as well, and they were the days of unleavened bread." Also in 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 8, "So then let us observe the festival, not with old leaven, nor with the leaven of evil and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth." And lastly, in Acts chapter 20, verse 6, "And we sailed away from Philippi after the days of unleavened bread, and came to them at Troy, and in 5 days where we stayed 7 days." Now, of course, today we no longer prepare sacrifices, as Yeshua was our sacrifice. Again, for those who have faith in his name, he was our final sacrifice, so there's no need for us to prepare sacrifices as commanded in Numbers 28 during the days of unleavened bread. So, other than that, there are no other changes in the observance of the days of unleavened bread. Now, those of Jewish descent, they have incorporated quite a few traditions to go along with the day, but those of us who are not Jews, or even some of the Jews, depending on which congregation, well, I shouldn't say congregation, what do they call themselves, Ashkenazi, Karaite, or Orthodox, they may or may not have a lot of those traditions as well. But I would advise you all who consider to be believers of Yah and Yeshua to simply do as command, and that is to remove all forms of leaven from your home. Neither do you eat anything that has any leavening agents for those 7 days according to the command. Matthew chapter 16, verse 5 through 12. "And his taught ones came to the other side and had forgotten to take bread. And Yeshua said to them, Mind, and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and Sadducees. And they reasoned among themselves, saying, Because we have brought no bread. But Yeshua, aware of this, said to them, O you of little belief, why do you reason among yourselves because you brought no bread? Do you still not understand? Neither remember the 5 loaves of the 5,000 and how many baskets you picked up? Or the 7 loaves of the 4,000 and how many large baskets you picked up? How is it that you do not understand that I did not speak to you concerning bread, but to beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and Sadducees? Then they understood that he did not say to beware of the leaven of the bread, but of the teaching of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. Whenever I read that verse, I'd always get this humorous, at least to me, picture of the disciples kind of arguing between themselves, with Brother Peter. He probably seemed like he was the one in charge, so to speak. So he probably start off, Hey, Tommy, you bring the bread like I asked you? Nah, man, I thought you was playing, so I told John to do it. John, did you get the bread, man? Nah, man, Mark said he was going to get it. But I didn't ask Mark. I asked you, John. Dude, I ain't your servant, man. Tired of y'all picking on me just because I'm the youngest. Carrying your extra sandals and robes. How am I supposed to carry the bread, too? And then put them in the same bread with your dirty sandals? Come on, man. Hey, man, don't start on any of my feet. Besides, said it's just a little fungus and it should grow out in about a week or so. So, anyway, Mark, you get the bread, man? Nah, I was, but, I ain't had enough money, man. Why ain't y'all ask Judas? He wasn't holding all the money. Man, you know good and well we can't trust Judas. He up to something. Just ain't figured it out yet. Mm-hmm. And then we see the Messiah, he steps in, he claims they head together, like more of the Three Stooges, and end scene. But yeah, from time to time get these little quirky things in my head about what went on in the past since we weren't there.